morning. Alright, so the moon is in Aries currently, which totally fucking makes sense of my whole life. I don't know if y'all are feeling, well, of course you're feeling that energy in some level. So let's see exactly what that means for you. Alright, and we're going to be transitioning from the moon in Aries tonight to the moon in Taurus tomorrow. And then we're going to have our new moon, or new year, starting out with the moon in Taurus. Which is very grounded energy, right? Here, I think I dropped something. Oh, I didn't. Okay, but yeah, very grounded energy. Very, like, they're good. So, let's see what this Aries energy is bringing for you today and what you can expect, in the upcoming year. The upcoming month, right? I don't like to try to gauge too far in the future. Otherwise, these readings would be pointless for me to do them so consistently, right? So, what is the energy for the collective? What's going on? Take it and go. I don't know if it's going to try to drop one of these. The heck? Ah, there we go. Okay, so we have the Courageous Peony. Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. This card often comes out when it's time for us to step up, step into the light, get recognition for, what it is that we need to get recognition for, right? We all have our things. So I feel like right now you're being called to really stand in that spotlight. It might be uncomfortable, might be dope, so I'm going to use my Luna deck. Just going to yeet that over yonder. Alright, so I'm getting distracted by things. So yeah, let's see. I also like that it's, talking about your unique nature. I was having a discussion with my friend the other day about, somebody was like, there's only 13 signs, there can't be only 13 personality types. And I'm like, well, that's where the natal chart comes in, and it's variations of different things. It's no different from taking a personality, any Enneagram thing, right? There's only 9 personality types, but there can be variations where they have mixed, numbers and all that shit. So astrology works very similarly in that nature, and we tap into the depth of the natals. So I do recommend that, if you haven't already, you should look into your natal chart and really see what it says about you and for you. I think working with natal charts is dope. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm a rambling man. New year, who dis? Alright, so we have the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy. It's time to step outside of your shell, alright? Kind of step out of your comfort zone a bit. Do something spontaneous. We've also got the Fool card, right? It's a leap of faith. It's going into the unknown, right? I feel like you're really being called to leave your comfort zone or leave something that's comfortable. Three of Swords. You might break somebody's heart. Or you yourself might be a little heartbroken. Take it as it resonates. But it looks like with the Hermit, in reverse here. Let's talk about this, right? The energy of it being in reverse means that it was upright at one point, right? It means that you felt like isolated or like trapped or stuck. You felt like confined, right? The hermit has to spend some time alone and some time in like isolation or just like, getting in touch with themselves and all their emotions, the introspection. So having the hermit in reverse, it's telling me that like you're leaving a time of feeling like alone, right? Oftentimes we feel the most alone when we're in relationships or connections that just don't fucking, they're just not ideal, right? They don't fit, they don't feel comfortable. Full card, ground zero, right? I love that they came out together. And with the Three of Swords, like this indicates somebody's getting hurt, right? Somebody's gonna have hurt feelings. I don't know if it's you or somebody else. Because, it's kind of like, it's almost like circumstances are becoming so turbulent that there's not really another option, right? That's what it feels like. It kind of feels like sometimes when we don't make the decision to leave or to walk away from something, then the universe will make it so uncomfortable or so bad that eventually we just have to fucking do it, right? Eventually it's like you just gotta rip the band-aid off. So okay. Ten of Pentacles. I like this. Got a lot of earth energy showing up too. Very grounded. The Ten of Pentacles is feeling abundant in your community, right? Like, I feel like this, taking this leap of faith is really leading you towards a more, like, fulfilling future. Also, I would like to make note, there's a moth on this card, right? Moths symbolize the ending of cycles, right? And the introduction of new ones. Moths symbolize death. Death symbolizes the ending of cycles. So I like that the stars at the bottom of the deck, Aquarius energy. I feel this energy of like, really feeling optimistic about like what's coming next, or what do you want to explore in life, like what do you want, right? I feel like right now you're at this place where you're really discovering that, like what you want, really putting yourself in alignment with that, because I feel like uncertainty is just not your gig, right? You're not somebody who likes to feel uncertain. If you feel uncertain about a person, it's almost better to walk away than to have uncertainties, right? Certainty is a big, important one. So, even if somebody gets hurt, I almost feel like you're hurting somebody else, to be honest. Because the energy with the Hermit in reverse, the Fool card, the Ten of Pentacles, it's all very optimistic, right? It's all very forward thinking. It's all like, I can't wait to see what this next chapter brings me. Like, maybe you need some time in solitude. Maybe you just feel like, that's funny. A lot of the times people feel like they're just bad at love, right? Or they're bad at relationships because they can't seem to navigate. Well, to be fair, it's hard to navigate, right? But I wouldn't say it's necessarily like a struggle there. I think a big problem is that so many people are afraid of like not having that time to themselves, right? We live in a generation where things are a little different, And now it's almost like not everyone wants to be tied down immediately. Like some people really just want to explore like life and live a little before feeling like they have to like, be confined to like some nuclear family situation, So I mean, everyone's different. How I'm seeing you, though, is you're kind of a go-getter and you're really focused on your abundance, your finances, making things, your situation better, right? It's almost like this connection was just kind of eroding your soul. It wasn't the connection that's meant for you. It's just another karmic situation. And I feel like you're understanding that, right? Yeah. Yeah, justice, Libra energy. This is bringing you balance. You feel like it's kind of funny, but it's almost like you feel like better, like you feel like more whole or more complete when you're not in the confines of a relationship that isn't working, right? We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. I want to know what that means. Tell me, cards. With the Chariot in reverse. Yeah, this is very opposite energy. This is how I know this ain't you. Alright, we're talking about the person that you done hurt. Okay, so what I'm seeing here with the Ace of Swords in reverse and the Chariot in reverse is you felt like this was a situation that was going nowhere, right? You felt like there's like no breakthroughs. Here, I'm going to move this a little bit. You felt like there was like no breakthroughs to be had. Also the Chariot being Cancer energy. Cancer being the moon representing illumination, right? Something's being illuminated here. And I feel like you're just, like, with the Ace of Swords, you see this, with the Ace of Swords in reverse, sorry. You see this person as, like, somebody who's not really a go-getter, right? Somebody who doesn't, like, make efforts to, like, better their lives, better their situation, right? They probably don't take accountability, you know, or whatever. I feel like the energy of blame shifting, especially with the sword and the snake in that imagery there. It's like, I get this feeling that you just kind of felt like they're just not on par, right? And with the Ace of Pentacles, right? I feel that you want to take up a new opportunity or have a new cycle, something completely, you know, something that's going somewhere, right? It just looks like you felt like you reached a dead end in this connection. And that's why you had to walk away, or you have to walk away if you haven't done it already. Because it just looks like, honestly, like there's, like, okay, on one end, I see you as like this go-getter, 10 of Pentacles, right? The Fool card, Hermit in reverse, stepping out of your comfort zone, not afraid to take a leap of faith, not afraid to pursue shit, you know? And then I see this other person being the Ace of Swords in reverse, Chariot in reverse, somebody who doesn't take action, somebody who doesn't want to progress or move forward, somebody who's just kind of like stuck, right? And this stuck energy, I feel like, was holding you back a lot. And I feel that, like, you felt like you couldn't do shit, right? You couldn't, like, proceed with life, you know? I get that shit. I get it. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe they didn't work, or maybe this is just the energy that, like, you're really focused on the fact that this situation didn't work, right? Something isn't working, right? It's like you felt like the efforts were just so... Your love languages are different, okay? It's almost like this person, when they fall in love, they fall into complacency, right? They're like, let's just sit at home and do nothing, you know? That's gonna be fun. And then you are like, let's go have adventures, let's explore, let's, you know, break out of the comfort zone a little bit. Your lack of compatibility is a big problem here. It's not that one person is bad and the other, it's like you literally have different ways of communicating with the world and you have different ways of expressing love, which means if your love languages don't match up, how the fuck is anything else going to match up? Complete lack of compatibility there. All right. So let's stop talking about the past. We've given the past its platform, right? Now let's talk about the future. All right, this Ace of Wands landed pretty fucking sideways, and that's the way I'm gonna read it. Sideways, Ace of Wands. Okay. When you read sideways, that means that you're reading it reversed and upright, right? And the upright Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning, right? In the reverse, Ace of Wands is choosing not to, right? Choosing not to. So, and also, because I'm a giant child, and this is what I see, and I have to tell you exactly what I see. The way this hand is holding this wand, right? Like, it looks phallic, okay? It looks phallic. So, you might be alone for some time, right? And that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing. And like having a passionate new beginning doesn't necessarily mean with a new person, right? Right now, I feel that you might just be in this exploration. Like, you're like, you know what? I'm all right with my hand for now, or like whatever the case, but it's kind of this energy of like, you have options, but I feel like ultimately you're just vibing to the beat of your own drum, right? That's what I'm seeing. I feel like you might have creativity sparks, right? Where you just feel like, hey, I just want to make something, or like whatever. You like a whole new like inspiration or like excitement is like coming upon you. So that's pretty good. It's kind of like you don't know what the future holds, but you're kind of like excited about it, right? You're excited about what the future holds. Which is kind of funny. You must have been in a pretty toxic situation to be this happy about like moving forward and like what the future's bringing for you. Like, even if it might have been uncomfortable, right? With that Hermit in reverse, I know it had to be uncomfortable, right? And it's never fun to have to like break up with people or to have to like walk away from things. Also, it can be one of the most liberating things you ever do for yourself. We have Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is the feeling of you don't want to be in connections that make you feel alone, right? And by that, like, you could be constantly in their presence, but it's almost like their presence can be burdensome because you just feel alone in their presence, right? You don't feel that compatibility where you can just like feel free or completely authentically yourself in their presence. Well, I mean, you're always authentically yourself, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you have to watch what you say because God forbid they take it the wrong way, or and I feel like also with the Five of Pentacles being in reverse, I feel like if you had any concerns about money, you're not going to have those concerns for long. Like, I see this energy of like, especially with the Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles in reverse, this all indicates that like any financial whatever is going to be resolved really quickly for you. Remember how I said with that Ace of Wands, being sideways, you could potentially have a passionate new beginning. With the Two of Pentacles, you have your eyes on somebody, dog. You're already interested in somebody else, okay? You can't hide from me, okay? So that could be a huge reason why this is ending so quickly with Eight of Wands, right? Also, with the Eight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. Something is starting pretty quickly. A mutual attraction is being built, right? Two of Pentacles. Because I just see this energy of like eyes on the prize, right? Look at these eyes. They're probably not even eyes, but that's how I'm seeing it, right? I just see eyes. Two of Pentacles tells me that you're weighing your options too, right? You're choosing your next step, right? Eight of Wands, you're making these decisions rather quickly, right? You're choosing to move on quickly. Eight of Wands is a minor arcana Chariot card, right? This is all about progression and fast movement, right? Four of Wands. This is the marriage card, right? And this is also where I start seeing that you might have your eyes on somebody else, right? You might be looking. That's another suitor. The Four of Wands talks about two things, okay? One, it talks about your home life, right? Getting a new home. You could be getting a new home, right? If you're the one moving, if you're the one walking away from the situation, it could represent moving into a new place, making a decision to move. Also, this is the card of commitment, right? The card of long-term commitment. Mercury is in retrograde. Do not make any commitments, right? If you're in that Two of Pentacles right now, making decisions, don't make any decisions, okay? Just enjoy energy, enjoy hanging out with people, have fun. Don't make any decisions, okay? You could be signing contracts, right? And like I said, be careful with that. Be careful. Because you just, you don't know, right? But I do see this energy of having your eyes on the prize and moving in that direction. So whether you have eyes for another person, right? Or you could just be making big decisions in regards to the direction you're taking your life. But immediately when I saw that Two of Pentacles, I seen it, right? I read these cards intuitively as well, right? So like what I feel in the imagery is what's coming out in the reading. So my intuition tells me that you know, and you might have had confusing feelings, right? Having feelings for one person and being trapped in a relationship with somebody that you don't have feelings for, that could be rough. Or that you're losing feelings for. So, let's see. Queen of Wands. You could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Whatever the case. Queen of Wands is a queen of truth, right? The queen of facing your truth, the queen of living their truth. The Queen of Wands is very creative. It's the most envied queen of all the deck, right? Because she is the queen of fire, right? She inspires people, motivates people. She ignites passions in people. And I feel like that's you, right? This is, whether you're male, female, whatever, this is the energy that you hold. Like you ignite something in people. And I feel like this is something that should be tapped into, right? And this could also be another reason why you know, don't want this connection, because you're facing your personal truth also. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I settled for something that wasn't actually on par with what I want, right? Or what I'm in alignment with, right? You just don't feel in alignment with it. I do see that Four of Wands standing out to me. I'm going to clarify it because I want to know more. Son of a bitch. I told you. Ace of Cups. I done said it. No commitments during Mercury retrograde. It's that simple. Just don't do it. God damn it. Y'all are going to make me age faster. Not really. I'll never age. Okay. Four of Wands. was clarified by Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a new love cycle, right? Like I said, you got your eyes on somebody. You have an attraction going on here, dog. And what I'm seeing with this Ace of Cups is it starts with loving yourself, right? Ace of Cups is all about I love myself, therefore, like I have something to give. I have, this is interesting though because it looks like you're in this like liberated energy of like, oh, I'm single, I'm gonna It might be, I mean, yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Don't rush into this new love cycle. I feel like you should test the waters. Test the waters. Don't be like, we moving in next week. Like don't be careful, right? Don't foil all your plans. I know you have plans. Go live some life. Go do some shit. Enjoy some shit. Alright. Yeah, you got a fucking crush on somebody, though. That's very apparent. And it's hilarious. Alright. Tell me more about this crush. Okay. Okay. So we have judgment in reverse. What I see here is, for one, you see them as not judgmental, right? Or you see them as that. Also, you see them as somebody that you haven't made a huge decision on, right? You haven't, nothing set in stone. It's like you like them, right? But it's not like you're making, no decision has been made on that. Nine of Pentacles tells me that you like the way that they're independent, right? You like the way that you see them kind of on their own doing their shit. And I feel like that energy is kind of like contagious almost. Like you see that and you're kind of like, I kind of like that, This is somebody who's completely abundant on their own, right? This dove in her hand represents like a free spirit. Somebody who's, also probably has a very spiritual side to them, right? When I see doves, I think of very spiritual people, right? People who have faith, people who have convictions, right? So the way that you're looking at this person, who as the Nine of Pentacles, you just see them as like dope on their own, right? And I feel that like that's kind of an energy that you want to tap into, you want to understand more of. Okay, I get it. It's the opposite energy of the person that you're walking away from. So that makes sense, right? Because you're literally finding somebody who's more in alignment with what you're doing, right? You want to go embark on like a whole new journey and, whatever. And you see them in this like same kind of energy. Like you're a vibrational match for each other, which is hard to find in today's society, but also don't rush it. Like I feel like I gotta tell all y'all, this is something, right? Especially with the Nine of Pentacles. This is somebody who is established on their own, right? Somebody who is fine with being on their own. So like when you meet somebody who is fine being on their own, then you have to because they love their solitude, right? They love their time by themselves. They love it, right? You can't convince me otherwise. I know from experience, they love it. And this energy of like enjoying solitude, right, means that like your presence in their life can't be overbearing, right? It can't be constant and pressured, right? It's like this is somebody that you would have the freedom to be your own, have your own sovereignty, like this is the kind of person that doesn't require constant check-ins and like constant, this is somebody who's like very confident in who they are and very solid on their own. Also, that's the hardest person to ever try to date because, like, if you're not better than their solitude, then they'll walk away, right? Just like you've done, right? And um, so then there's that, right? That you have to add value to their life in some way, not necessarily money, but like your presence needs to feel valuable. Like your absence needs to be strong, right? And what I mean by that is like when when you're not in somebody's presence but yet you feel them, you're like you think about them, whatever. It has to be like that. Like your presence is so strong that when you're absent, that energy is strong too, right? Because absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Do a little, like, test the waters, become their friend, right? Sit in their presence, get to know them, and then make decisions, But this is not somebody who's going to just jump the gun and be like, let's get married, This is somebody who probably doesn't even believe in marriage, to be honest. And honestly, I don't blame them. Marriage should be illegal. It's a scam. Don't do it. Yeah. All right. What's your advice from Spirit? That guy didn't go. That fucking card, it just leapt out. Alright. We'll get you, card. And your little dog, too. Alright. So, you still don't know my name. Okay, I'm sorry. I saw this card and that's a song that came to mind. Six of Wands in reverse. You feel kind of like... You feel like you're not like the center of this person's attention, and I feel like that in itself is a thing, right? This is something that like you don't feel like the most, how do I put this? Right? It's like they know you guys are clearly like, you know each other. The thing is, the Six of Wands in reverse, it's like feeling like I don't want to say unseen, but I feel like you don't know if like they see you in the same light, right? Six of Wands is all about being in that spotlight, right? And being like the sole center of attention, right? And I feel like that Six of Wands in reverse, you feel like you're not the center of their universe. And honestly, you might like that about them because, when you date somebody who feels like, or like you're the center of their universe, then it's like it can be overbearing, right? It can be so constant and so like, and I feel that the energy with you that you're like, you don't want that, right? And so there's that. Eight of Swords in reverse. So the blindfold came off, right? And I think that you're acknowledging a truth inside of you, right? You're acknowledging some very real feelings or assessments, right? Five of Cups in reverse. You really don't want to be disappointed in love again. All right? It's just not your interest. You don't want to end up in another disappointing connection. You don't want to end up with somebody who's just going to like peter out, right? You want somebody who's like as constant and as like in it as you are, right? And also you want somebody who ignites that like spark inside of you that keeps it exciting, that keeps it going, that keeps you interested, right? You might be a fire sign. There's a lot of wands and a lot of fire energy. 3 of Wands. This is the energy of you're not settling for less than you deserve, right? Also, 3 of Wands can represent that while you were in a connection, your eyes started to drift, right, towards this other person, right? Which sometimes happens, right? I don't judge people for that, right? A lot of people get hung up on that, but I understand energy, right? If somebody is out of alignment with you, you're gonna drift, right? And that's why people who stay married for like a million years and they like are best friends or whatever, it's because they both choose to grow in the same direction, right? And like literally, if one person isn't like lining up, then like the whole thing falls apart, right? So it requires this like desire, right? It requires desire because there has to be a desire to keep going, to keep it strong, to keep it alive. 3 of Wands too is like waiting for your ships to come in, right? But it's also like embarking, right? Like with the Fool card and the Hermit in reverse, I feel like this is a whole new journey for you, and you're just like you're waiting to like explore. You're excited to explore. Then we have the Sun card, Leo energy. The Sun card represents abundance, inevitable happiness, right? Inevitable success in your situation. It's like saying you are here to like to reach that height that you want, right? It's like in The Alchemist, which is a book that I'm actually reading on my other channel, so check it out, dog. I'll have it linked below. But you know, it really talks about how like when we're embarking on something that's new and scary, right? You might be uncertain. You might take some, you know, twists and turns or whatever, but ultimately destiny finds you, right? Ultimately you fall into alignment with what it is, right? And when you're a child, right? This is also directly from the book. When you're a child, you know exactly what you want in life. You know exactly you can paint the picture in your head. You're like, this is what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a rocket scientist. I'm going to be on space. Da, 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 blah, blah, da, 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 da. Maybe that was just me. I don't know. But when you're a kid, you know, right? You know what you want. You know the kind of people you want in your life. You know, and that's one thing I love about kids. As soon as the energy's off, guess what? That kid is gonna probably pull some hair, bite them, and then walk away. You know, like done. That's, you know, I mean, I don't recommend pulling hair and biting, but also, you know, that's a lesson to be learned. Sever ties, right? But yeah, when we're kids, we have a fully formed idea of what we want in life, and then it's through growing up and making constant compromises that we lose it, right? We lose it. And I feel like you're being called to like tap it back into your inner child and remember what it is. Because I see this kid on the horse. Remember what it is that you really want. What's that life that you envisioned, right? Write it down. Draw it. Draw a picture of it. I've drawn a picture of it. I'll show you guys when it's done. But like, yeah. Yeah. Envision it. Right? Yeah, that's where we have to tap into our childlike wonder and be not afraid to envision it, right? To fathom what you want and see yourself as worthy of it, right? Stop making compromises, right? Stop compromising for shit ass energies. You know, like think about what you really want. Think about the energy of the people you want in your life and go for that. You know? Don't limit yourself. All right. I have drugged this reading on. I feel it. I'm in it. Okay, I feel like I know you personally. I don't know. I probably do. But I don't know. I feel very like connected to this reading. I feel that like there's a lot to be explored, you know. I could keep going, honestly. You're a very interesting person to read for. There's a lot going on, right? A lot of insight here. Sometimes I get really stale ass readings, and this is not one of those times. Because honestly, I like your courage, you know? I like your courage to confront it. Confront your feelings, to confront the reality of it and be like, you know what? Maybe I don't want things that don't line up with me, right? Maybe I don't want things that don't feel good to my soul, right? That's another thing in having connections, right? People can get so lost in like, how does this person look with me? Like, or, you know, but they never really think about the reality of a person. How does this person feel to you, right? And so I feel like that's another challenge in this coming year is like it's time to really focus on that. It's time to really think that shit through. Like, how do people make you feel? What is it like being in their presence? You know, do they leave you feeling like your life is more full with them in it, or do they leave you feeling like your life is lacking because they're in it, right? That's something that, you know, you got to challenge yourself. You know, you got to think about. Take your time with people. Take your time to actually become their fucking friend and then pursue them. You know? I feel that like when you create a real energetic bond with somebody. Oh, kitty. The cat's here open all the doors. It's hilarious. I'm gonna go shut it. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Oh, and so is Aslan. Okay, I'm gonna let him go. He's like, get away from me, lady. I know I love him too much. Okay. I'm gonna get situated. Goodbye. I said good day. Here, hold on. My little stand. Okay. Okay. Where was I? Whatever. Where am I now? Right? So, yeah, let's see what these Atlas cards have to say for you. Okay. You are rare and free. There are not many like you. If you're rare and free, that means that you deserve the energy of somebody who matches that. Somebody who is also rare and free, right? Somebody who also feels like that diamond in the rough. Like, this is a one unique mofo. That's your guy or girl, whatever. Or they. Gender is such a fucking weird concept to me. I don't believe in it. I believe that we're all just energy beings. Your genitals don't mean shit to your energy. But that's me. So, let's see what the Kali deck has to say. I like using this in every reading. This is consistently the only deck I use in every reading because it's my favorite. It's just so good. And I recommend go out and buy this, dog. It was gifted to me from my friend who came from Washington to get a reading from me. And honestly, it's been one of the most insightful oracle decks I think I've ever possessed, right? I've ever had. Kurukula. To receive your divine inheritance of blessings and support for sacred fulfillment, certain karmic conditions that resonate at a lower frequency need to be cleared. Kurukula signifies a time of rapid movement on your path and freedom to attract what you want and need. Let go of that which does not belong in your world. Release, and you shall receive. Like I said several times, actually. All right, so I'm going to get on with the readings. I have hiccups. What the fuck? Okay, hope you have a fantastic day. Namaste. I love you guys, and I will catch you later.